All right. What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, Lonzo Starr. You listen to the smooth tunes of Mr. Lonzo himself, man. If you ever need some instrumentals or some beats, I'm the guy to talk to. Okay. And that's what we're gonna do. So, without further ado, welcome everybody to Concrete Approved, where we highlight some of the best and greatest talents around the world on this show. We get to figure out their origin stories, who they are, and why they became a supervillain. You know, so I'm here live with the infamous supervillain himself, Sebastian Jones. How you doing, man? How is it going? And
good. Yeah, man. Thanks so much for having me. I just, I was going to say something crazy, like just, robbed a bank, robbed an old lady, like my supervillain era, no, I'm doing good. Just returned from, just got back from WonderCon and in Anaheim in California, and a couple of weeks ago at Emerald City Comic Con in Seattle, and just been on the go. Just very honored to be here, and yeah, thanks for thinking of me.
Oh no, man. This was necessary, more than necessary. And we talked about this briefly, but the algorithm has been hating a lot. I just realized you had a Kickstarter maybe like 3 days ago because I didn't see it. I didn't see it on Facebook. I didn't see it on IG. Usually I see your posts, but I didn't really see it, man. But it's amazing what you guys are doing over there, and we're definitely going to tap in with that, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been the most difficult Kickstarter in the sense of, as you know, doing kicks, that they have different ways to find you. You have a pre-launch page, you have a comics page, a graphic novels page, a just launch page, and I did an 11-hour stream the day we launched. Right, an event. I call it Stranger Con. Invite a lot of people. I invite the community, they come out and they hang out. And then at the end of the day, so at the very end of the first day, someone was like, Seb, you're not anywhere on Kickstarter. You can only find us if you have the link.
That's crazy.
And as you know, launch day is the most important day because it builds an algorithm immediately. And we weren't on any Kickstarter page for over 2 days, over 48 hours, nowhere to be found unless you had the link. So it's been scrambling to get people just go, hey, can you just put $1 on to help keep the algorithm up now that we're live? But I was with a buddy of mine yesterday, and he literally had already backed the Kickstarter on his phone. He couldn't find me anywhere, not even in backed projects. Like, so he wanted to go to his project. That crazy. And he's not the first person to tell me. Like, he's like, dude, I saw him back it. He's like, look, I can't even find you in backed projects. That's how much things can be stacked against you. So yeah, it's an intense time.
And for those of you that are listening that are new creators looking to get into Kickstarter, best believe the veterans go through problems and issues too. Like every Kickstarter is new. It's something new, some new battle, something going on that's hindering you from being seen. And that's just what it is.
Thank you. And I'll pop the link down, guys, in the chat now and again. If you guys want to jump on, see it. We have extended our freebie for the entire time. So if you jump on the Kickstarter, you'll get a freebie just for backing it. And the Kickstarter's a very beautiful one. This is the one we're doing actually for it. I'll show you real quick before you get into my villainous upbringing, right? Yeah. So this is the new hardcover, like a beautiful
oversized. That is incredible, man.
Thank you.
How many pages is that?
400 pages.
400 pages of pure chaos, y'all. Okay, that's beautiful, man. That is beautiful.
And we did a
large screen you real quick, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. No, you're fine. So guys, what we do with Stranger Comics is we're known for beautiful hardcovers and even better storytelling, because I wrote it. No, I'm joking. No, beautiful art, great stuff right here. This I wrote with the actress Two Swim Better with the Woman King. That's her right down there. And I call this piece Dare to See Us. It's a reversible dust jacket where you've got the gold foil right up there in that image right there. And then you've got the J. Lee reversible dust jacket right there. So if you're into beautiful hardcovers and you like fantasy like Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, but you want to see something a little bit more culturally inclusive with D&D material, art, all sorts of amazing art, like crazy homages, like, I don't know, like homages ranging from The Woo to First Appearance, right? So there you go.
That looked like some Cannon White artist. That Cannon White that did that?
It is, yeah. Well spotted. Yeah, he actually
Cannon is the man.
He did this one right here. He actually illustrated the whole issue of this one right here.
Hold on. I gotta maximize the screen again. There we go. Oh yeah. Look at that, man.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
That's gorgeous right there.
Yeah. So yeah, great stuff. Anyway, so yeah,
no, I'm definitely gonna dive into that Kickstarter. I got a whole segment just for that. Okay, that's perfect, man. So as we jump into this interview, man, I got to start the question here. Sure. We all got one, right? So what is your origin story? Where are you from? How did you start off into this journey of making comics, and how did you become who you are?
Thank you. Yeah. So originally I'm from England. If you can tell by the accent, I moved to America when I was 18 by myself, like a maniac.
That's crazy.
I started creating these worlds when I was about 13. I think it was a pivotal moment in my life where I was discovering really getting into comic books, really getting into Dungeons and Dragons, discovering, I'm 52, so I was into late 80s hip hop, like Public Enemy was hitting around that time in a big way. And then as I kind of grew into like the Native Tongues, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, so I was really into music, discovering, reading the autobiography of Malcolm X and Lord of the Rings at the same time. And I think just all these worlds just kind of collided in my formative years, and around that time when I was young, I started creating this fantasy world. I was mixed, growing up in a very kind of small, kind of white villagey kind of environment. And in the 80s, you get picked on, so you had to learn to fight, or or a lot of folks I was in the boarding house for a little bit. Some folks run away. I mean, try to commit, it was a very crazy time. So I think I would start to create these fantasy worlds that I could hide in a little bit, and I could also see myself within. And I created this character Niobe who could take on my vulnerabilities, maybe some of my insecurities, but also my wrath and my vengeance and my anger. And as I grew, she grew with me. And then I moved to America at 18, and I used to do a lot of acting and modeling when I was young and pretty, back in the days. And then I ran a record label from about the age of 20 till early 30s. And I put out historical jazz, blues, old soul, stanky funk, break beats, you name it. So if you like James, if you're a hip hop head from the 90s, I probably had a lot of the original music where the cats were sampled, So I was very, very big into the music scene. Thanks. Yeah, that's why if you guys have seen them, you probably have seen some of our hip hop homage covers, the famous ones we have. Actually, I think Chrissy just brought one out, like this, like the Tribe Called Quest homage right there.
I was just blasting that album because I was just studying like old Tribe, because I'm about to start a hip hop podcast, so I've been kind of really going into the archives and listening to things that I remember as a child, but understanding it from my adult ears now, and really leaning in. It's actually amazing that you said, I didn't know that you were into music, but it all makes sense because I peeped game with the way you move, the way you market and promote is very similar to the music industry, because that's what I use. That's why I brand the way I brand. Because when I was doing music and rapping, I remember the first time I came out, I had bought my whole neighborhood a bunch of Konkret music shirts, and I told them I'm shooting a video, and they all came out. And from that video, the whole city thought I was the man, because they're like, "Hey, he got all these people wearing shirts," but that was the marketing strategy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And just doing that. So it's really amazing hearing your story and how everything you've been through kind of blended into the story that you're telling. Do you remember the first comic book that you ever got?
The first comic, I don't remember the first comic I ever got, but there are two comics that I remember reading super young that spoke to me more than that really just got me in. One was Black Panther, and
Quiet down, Donnie. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. Black Panther, and one was The Incredible Hulk. And I think both kind of spoke to me in different ways with probably what I was going through as a very young kid. And feeling one, battling with insecurity and supreme confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of always seemed to kind of, the pendulum would always swing one way or the other, and then how to overcome fear, and then fear of other people, picking on you, prodding, and then fear of your own rage. And that really spoke to me a lot, because as a young chap, I was, my father was a pretty tough guy. Mm-hmm. And I think I was afraid of him thinking I was a coward. So then my dad told me, if somebody says anything to you, you don't wait, you just, do this.
Yeah, right?
Immediately. Don't even wait for conversation, and that was instilled in me very, very young. Like, I want to say, like, when you're in elementary school, like really young. Yeah. And then if you're not kind of built like that, but then there's something lurking within. So anyway, without going down that crazy rabbit hole, the Hulk really spoke to me, like, I'm really skinny, I'm a really nice guy. But then I had, a lot of rage as a young guy. So the Hulk spoke to me. But I do remember a Black Panther comic where he was fighting some kind of robot type dude. I don't think it was the Claw, but it was something. And I was like, it just there was something that really moved me about that particular issue. And then a little bit later, I read This Man, This Monster, the Fantastic Four thing, and then I became an X-Men junkie. That was my move.
A lot of us became X-Men junkies for sure. Yeah. I think right. they spoke to just reality a lot better than most comics did. Like, a lot of them, you could see yourself in those comics, and they did a great job at that, man. Really good job.
They really did.
Yeah. No. So yeah, no.
You got a little man.
Yeah, boy.
I need a tow truck. I need a tow truck helicopter.
Okay, I'll get it for you, all right? And then go watch your show. Don't be crazy.
But yeah, it was transitioning from the music industry into comic books was so I'd been creating this world, right, while running this label and running around the forest doing live action role playing. Or I was in LA, there's a place called Leimert Park, which is kind of like your cultural black mecca of Los Angeles, where if you've heard of the hip hop group Freestyle Fellowship, where I would used to see the Black Eyed Peas way before they got signed. You'd have a dance off with them in the circle, so then my weekends were like super nerdy, running around the forest with a sword, or having a dance off in the circle in Leimert. And during this time creating these comics, I started it was literally like Napster came along and said, okay, all these CDs, what you're trying to do, you can download for free. And suddenly I was in trouble. So I had Big Credit This World, loved telling stories. I wrote all the liner notes to the album. So I started shopping around this idea for the Untamed, this first project, which introduces this character Niobe. And most comic companies, well, I would say 99% of them said, we don't do comics with black leads. We don't do comics with female leads. And we don't do fantasy. Fantasy doesn't sell in comics. And I'm like, yep, I'm doing all three, you know?
Right.
And same with investors. The only ones that were interested said, this would look good during a Black History Month announcement. And then they made me some kind of, you know, vapid offer for a very shallow reason.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, you just want the clickbait headline to please shareholders for 1 month. And I'm like, I'm good. So I started Stranger Comics again to protect the integrity of Niobe. And I did it on a credit card, a little bit of money from my mom to pay for the first printing. And that was one comic book. And there were comic companies out there that were interested and then were, I would say, predatory and evil, and try to do very horrible things to stop me. So
that's crazy. So you started Stranger Comics more so out of protection of your IP rather than just, you know, it was really a defense mechanism to protect what you knew was your destiny, right?
100%. It was, I mean, it's to protect her. And if you guys out there in the chat, and hey to all the Stranger Comics team, Santana, lovely to see you. And everyone to the Konkret fam, it's lovely to meet you. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Love to see you guys. But yeah, if you've been ever in the studio system or you've in any kind of corporation, everyone has some form of agenda that feels hashtaggy. It feels, hey, I can make a quick buck. And I needed to protect her, and she protected me in some ways as a little boy. And and no one was gonna mess with her. So yeah, I started Stranger Comics to protect the integrity of who she is.
That right there is amazing, man. And I think it's great because the last 10 years has kind of been like the renaissance for Black comics. And, you know, Niobe was kind of leading the charge for a long time. She was like the face of indie Black, you know, comics and fiction and fantasy. And I think it's just amazing what you built and what you've been doing, and just leading a pathway for people like me to come out. So
I appreciate that.
And you know, it's been amazing just watching your journey, watching I learned a lot from you from afar, just watching you at Comic-Con, seeing how you move, seeing how you set up your table, how you use your interns. I picked up all of that just by watching you come into your table. I think the first time I saw you was at New York Comic-Con.
New York, yeah.
And it was before I had a table. I just went there really to see what it was like before I got into that world. And I remember you were your table was so dope to me because you were surrounded by the Marvels, the DCs, and all these guys, and you still had a packed table. And I was like, I said, okay, I like that. I like that. Because being next to the big dogs can be intimidating, you know?
Sure.
And for you to have such a strong product that doesn't even matter. That right there was like the beacon for me to like, oh yeah, I'm going to stomp the game right here, you know?
There you go. So yeah. Congrats to you, you know, congrats to you. That's a big deal. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, for sure. I just think, you know, we came out with Niobe. She is The Untamed, the first book in 2009. So we're in year 17. It's kind of crazy. And
year 17 is wild.
Year 17. And, you know, to see the evolution of independent comics, Black independent comics, to see, you know, the new kind of wave of social media, how people are on social media, they get a bit distracted with the stuff that just, you know, stay on target. and celebrate each other and just be kind, have grace, be decent, and just don't let, the more in success, the more people are going to love you and hate you. And I'm just from a James Brown mentality in the sense of I've got mine, I don't worry about his.
Mm-hmm.
And if I have $100 and my enemy has $1,000 or $1, I still have $100.
Still got 100. That makes a lot of sense.
If my friend has 1,000 or $1, I still have 100, but surely I should want my friend to have 1,000. So I'm gonna be cheering them on. But a lot of times men get kind of sucked into this sense of jealousy of like, well, what am I doing wrong? He's got this and I don't have it. And, celebrate and nourish your soul with, what you're creating. Otherwise, do something else. This isn't for the faint of heart. It's a 7 days a week job. Profit margins are slim.
It's very important what you just said. That's something that I talk to a lot of up and coming creators, is that don't look at what you see out here, what somebody else is doing, whether they got 100,000 followers or they're doing crazy numbers on Kickstarter, or maybe you see them at Comic-Con selling out books. You don't know what they're struggling with, because what it looks like sometimes when you look at other creators, all of us have our own strength. Like somebody may be great at selling shirts, somebody may be good at TikTok, and somebody may be great at it. We're all things, we all struggle in private with certain things that we don't like to do. We don't really do well, and we just hide it very well. Like when you're moving, you got to hide your chinks very well.
Right. Your kryptonite.
One little chink can definitely tear you down, but if you got a strong foundation and the right people around you, you can do some amazing things. And I think you definitely have that, and you show that. You look flawless out here to us looking from the outside.
Right.
You look flawless. So that's amazing.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's but it's that's very kind. It's the attrition and discipline, and kind of like you have a family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like what it is to me when people go, what's the hardest thing about making comic books? And I'm like, time spent away from my family, but more so their time spent away from me, in the sense that I'm working on my dream, not chasing, because I don't believe in chasing dreams. People, if someone ghosts me, they're dead to me, right? So you just work on your dream. You work on it. It is work. You're not waiting for inspiration. This is work. So there's no time for me to play. There's no time for me to deal with drama. People, sometimes I see people talk so much crap about me online. I'm like, and people go, "Hey Seb, do you see this?" I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with that?
Yeah.
So I have to honor my creations, because if I don't honor the time spent, like, and not, nurturing the ideas and the IP like they're my children, then I'm doing my family a disservice, because I'm spending all this time on my dream. I've got to honor them, because they want to spend time. They want to go to the game or watch this or chill and do whatever. And I'm like, I can't. So I can't play with it. This isn't anything to play with. This is real.
Yeah. Now that makes a lot of sense. And sometimes I say this to just anybody right now. You got to understand the path you're going to, and be comfortable with not everybody you're with is going to be going with you to that final destination.
100%.
You know what I'm
saying? Good Lord, 100%. 17 years. Yeah, we've gone, had some people come and go, and that's okay too. It's not necessarily their life path, and I don't blame them, because to kind of be transparent and a bit vulnerable with it, is over those 17 years, a large portion of it, I would say more than 50% of those years, were, if we don't do X, at least let's say a 5-year period, if we don't do X at this convention, we're out of business. And I never told him I had to carry that into every convention, wherever we went, driving trucks breaking down. I used to do any kind of conventional comic signing. There was like a local barn with like nerdy white dudes, Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like selling my one comic book to make $50. Do you know what I mean? Like the origin stories are pallets being shipped to the wrong warehouse, driving there, my booth being trashed because I got black comic. You're like turning up to my whole booth being trashed and then being told by the convention you have to get it ready or you're not gonna be able to exhibit. And if I don't exhibit, I'm out of business. So there's a lot of savage realities when you're really trying to just sell your books and focus on the narrative and the storytelling and celebrating essentially celebrating
17 years of that. I'm not gonna lie, man, I'm gonna have to have you on for more just to hear some of these stories about like just because you were out there in a time when this wasn't a trendy genre, right?
Yeah.
It became kind of trendy. This trend, well, I wouldn't say the trend, the culture started elevating like around 2015. That's when more people from other walks of life started getting into nerdom, right? That's when, and a big part of it might be the MCU. Comic Cons were bringing actors out and they were getting bigger names into the Comic Cons, bringing people and from the general public into nerd conventions. Because Comic Cons used to be something you wouldn't even hear about if you weren't connected to the culture, right? So you were out there in the time, and you being from another country as well, you had a lot of things stacked up against you to be in this genre that could be very cutthroat. I'm gonna just say it. Nerds are mean, man. Nerds might be some of the meanest people on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Close to sports fanatics. Very close to sports fanatics.
I think they're adorable. I think they just need a cuddle. You know what I mean? Like, no, very few people are mean in person, but everyone's very mean online.
They mean online, yeah.
And I don't really understand it. Like I don't understand. I guess I'm just old school in the sense of like I don't really understand being petty is something good. I just think it's kind of weak and pathetic. Like, who's got time for that shit? Just get on with your
trolling and doing stuff.
Yeah,
like
I don't
that.
like. Like just let me see your soul. Let me see who you are. Let me see what you're made of as a person of integrity and character, and then hopefully that reflects in the work and in these moments that at a convention or on a live, I'm gonna have a soulful connection with you, and it's going to be real. And then hopefully that translates through the work. Like you mentioned 2015. What's really crazy is when we did Niobe Shear's life. This was 2015, and I wrote this with an actress named Amanda Stenberg. She played, for folks that don't know, she played Rue in Hunger Games. She was the Acolyte most recently. But we did this when she was 15.
That's
and
crazy.
Yeah, really nutty. Well, I wanted to get a perspective of a young Black girl's, POV at that age of Niobe. I didn't want to seem so arrogant and aloof. I wanted to get to the source and be like, okay, what does it's been a minute since I've been 15, but never in a go. Like, let's get to it. So Amanda, when she jumped on, it became the first nationally distributed comic book with a Black female author, artist, and hero in the history of entertainment.
History, y'all. History
no
right
idea.
there, y'all. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. As we're moving on, I did have a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
And if you can answer this, I'm gonna challenge you. Answer this in less than 1 minute. I want to know what you're gonna say on the spot, right? So out of everything you did, out of everything you could have done, you were heavy in the music game. Why comics? Why did you choose this medium to get your message out there?
I love telling stories and I love directing. The idea that I can direct a movie and choose the stills and condense that movie into the choose those moments, those beautiful cinematic moments to tell the story in the most raw form. And also, to me, comics are like jazz and hip hop, an American art form, which is as punk rock, hip hop, and fight the power as you can be. So no one can tell me what to do. This is it. You want to see? You want to know who I am? Pick up one of my comic books. And I've always wanted to make, like, why we've got all these books. Like, I wanted to make a Marvel universe of fantasy.
And that right there is fire too, because fantasy is very neglected within the Black community. To be honest with you, it's not as regular. I loved your response to that, man. Why comics? That is, I never heard it described like film, because it is basically still shots to a live action, and then they just take it out there. So let's talk, man. Let's talk Niobe. Let's talk that inspiration. Like, why was she, out of all the thoughts in your head that you had, I'm sure you had a bunch of other stories and ideas, right? What made you choose Niobe?
It's so funny, like, not to sound like, I hate to name drop, but I signed a deal with HBO a few years ago, and we were in development there, and we had some offers in. And the head of drama there said to me about this other character, the stranger, is the stranger you? And then he said, is Niobe you? And I was like, she's my hope to be a better man. She's the opportunity for me to be better. She's my conscience, but she's also mixed like me, but not just in the obvious sense, but also she's half angel, half demon, to reflect the duality of spirit that we share. And so if we all have these angels and demons on our shoulder, and at any point we can make a decision to go one way or the other, I'm looking to her to make the right decision as I go on this journey with her. So that's
No, that's dope. You know, you that channel that makes the Naomi come. Yeah, he's the guy right here. He's the man, the myth, and the legend.
And Niobe didn't start in the Untamed, in the Niobe comic book. She started in this book, The Untamed. Did you guys know? Some of you, the stranger crew in the chat, will know that. But did you know that she started in this book, this one here?
No, I didn't know.
Okay. So yeah, for folks that don't know, this is the one that we just partnered up with Viola Davis to do. Ironically, Viola Davis did the forward in the Niobe She Is Life hardcover years ago. But The Untamed, I'll tell you what it is, because this is really the origin story of Stranger Comics, me and Niobe. So here's the story for you, Alonzo. Here we go. Would you damn your family to save the world? The Untamed is a story of a man who's stuck in purgatory. After 10 years, the devil comes along and he says, I'll give you 7 days to reap the 7 souls that murdered you and your family. He says, well, sign me up. He takes a drifter's return to a one-horse town in a huge world. As his memory comes back, he realizes when he was alive, he was a bad man and maybe he deserved to die. But now he's on a path to save his family. On his path of vengeance, he meets a little elven girl called Niobe. And she reminds him of how old his murdered daughter would have been, giving this man a second chance to be a good man, even a father. But he only has 7 days. The kicker is, what if she's one of the 7 souls he has to collect?
Okay, Donna.
What if she is one of the 7 souls he has to collect, and the devil set everything up just to find her?
I'll get him, Donna. Okay, I'll get him.
So this is a story of a man. Would you damn your family to save the world? Because if Niobe can stay alive in the Untamed, maybe she'll grow up to become my world's like savior or destroyer.
Wow. Nah, bro, that I had a question, man. How long did it take you to practice that? Like, how long have you been working on that pitch right there?
I might have said that a couple of times, you know.
No, that was amazing.
Thank you. So what I try and do is, like, with different pitches, is like ask when a reader comes to the booth or I'm at a studio, they ask me all these questions, and I've kind of want to throw it back to them with a question, and while they're thinking about it, like some dramatic moral conflict. I've been rocking that same pitch for 17 years.
No, I can tell how seasoned it was, man. That thing was just floating off you like breathing oxygen. You know what I mean? But you had me in the first sentence. Like the way you asked that question, I was already locked in. Like if you just stopped talking there, I'd have been like, all right, how much, man? You know?
Right.
And, it was amazing how you did that, man. So all the up and coming creators that are watching, that was just pitch 101 right there. That was like that was gold right there. That's how you get somebody. When somebody comes to your table and they say, "Hey, what's this?" You hit that. The next thing is they're gonna ask us how much. I guarantee it.
It's a good. I got a good. I would say a pretty good batting average with the pitch.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, man.
Because you have that question, and then you hit the. That's right. He's only got 7 days to protect this little girl and be a father, but he's on this path of vengeance. What's he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear, well, what if she's the seventh soul? Is he gonna kill her and save his family? Or is he gonna protect her? Like, and then you learn, oh, she's the world's savior. What are you gonna do? So it kind of brings it all back around.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. That actually inspired me to get back in the lab on my pitch. So I'm gonna be pitching. I'm gonna be practicing now. And that right there is amazing, bro. I love the way I just love your origin between the Untamed to Niobe and how it's all connected and how it kind of started not only your company but your creative universe. And these are stories that a lot of people don't get the privilege of seeing you at your beginning right now. You're already well into your journey. You're trying to return the ring back to Mordor, throw it in the fire, right?
Yeah, right, sure.
They didn't see you when Gandalf first got you. They didn't see that part. So they're just seeing the journey. But
I tell you what, you'd mentioned something earlier, is they don't see the struggle. You know, like we were at Emerald City Comic Con. It was like, oh, we could do that or Blurred Con. Love Blurred Con. Got a lot of great, my teammates were at Blurred Con. But if we don't do Emerald City Comic Con, we'll lose our booth placement. So I'm by Reed Pop, who do New York Comic Con. And I've been doing Emerald for 11 years solid. So I've built up a fan base there.
Yeah.
And they moved my booth. When I got there was a huge pillar in the middle of the booth. And, so it's just like, so we couldn't set up till like 5 or 6 in the evening. So we get to bed around midnight, 1 in the morning, then back 6 in the morning, finish setting up. And then you were on the grind for 4 days. And as many online as it seems, you're at a comic convention, 99% of people walking past the booth still haven't seen you. I'm still out there pitching, like, because I got to survive. Got to make that happen.
Got to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it's amazing what you got to go through before those cons start. Like there's always something. You're a square card reader not connecting. It's just always something. It's always something that's going on, but you got to keep pushing because you're there already. You already invested that money, and it is what it is at that point. You know what I'm saying, if you got to count the money hand by hand, then it is what it is.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
So, what legacy do you want to leave behind when it's all said and done? If you stop making comics tomorrow, what do you want people to remember you for?
My gut says to me is I don't want to be misunderstood, and it really kind of hit home. So I think that it's so interesting. That question is, I want people to find themselves within these characters, and hopefully that will maybe inspire or uplift and challenge in different ways, challenge intention, challenge reading comprehension beyond quick headlines. I want people to look beyond the obvious of the surface, right? Because that's a lot of times people go, oh my God, there was a studio that wanted to do, excuse me, the Naibi Shear's death book, this one, which is when Naibi becomes a bounty hunter hunting down sex traffickers and slave traders, right? And they were like, hey, we want to do this one, black girl, you know, hear me roar, you know, great vengeance story, let's go. And I'm like, that's not happening. She hasn't grown up yet. You're not allowing a young black girl to grow. You know, you allow Harry Potter, so I want people to be able to find the nuance and the within the stories. My legacy, good Lord, is I just think it sounds probably kind of basic, like he was a good dude that did his best. It's just that's about it for me. For me personally, but the books, I really hope they help folks. Yeah,
I don't know, but I think in 100 years, right, when some old librarian is downloading this book into their student's brain through some microchip that they got connected, and they just download it and say, check out this book from a guy from the 19th century.
Right.
I think they're gonna say something different, man. I think they're gonna really dissect it, because look at how we dissect art from our past. You know, we add a lot of sauce to these guys. They might have just been just a regular dude just creating like we are right now. But when you read somebody's work when they're not here, it says a lot about them and a lot about what they've done. So when they look at the content you made and they don't know who you are, they might not know what you look like or anything, but they just read it. They're like, man, this guy was ahead of his time. I guarantee it. I can guarantee that's what they're gonna say. Just because of the quality, just everything you've done. If somebody saw that quality for 50 years from now, they were like, this guy must have been like top 5 in the world. You know what I mean?
That's very kind. Well, that's pretty kind. Thank you. Yeah, it's funny. There's a guy, a creator. I was just starting out, and he was a creator, and he said, Seb, you're not going to ever be Alan Moore or Frank Miller or anything. And I'm like, you know, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be better. Right? Why am I don't really trip on feeling, and it sounds arrogant, but I don't think about that stuff. But I'm going to be Sebastian Jones. I'm going to be the best me I can be. I'm not trying to be anyone else. Yeah. But I've got, if I got to shoot for the stars, so maybe I'll land in a mountain or something, but I'm not going to be down here, you know? And I modeled Stranger Comics after 3 companies.
You got to be quiet, okay?
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah, no, sorry about that.
Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all. HBO for storytelling, like Deadwood, The Wire, Sopranos. Taschen for presentation. So that's why you see like these kind of books that I've got. Let me show you. Like this here, for example. This is another like dust jacket edition.
Oh my gosh, bro! These things are amazing. Look at that! Look at that quality, y'all. Look at just the detail in the design. Look at the open, and see that when you put art like that inside of a book that people may just skip over, that means that you care. That means that you truly care about the whole experience, about what you're trying to give people. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's really
Jesus, bro. That's amazing.
So yeah, my goal is to really kind of basically, I wanted, I didn't think of it. It's just organically, I guess, or intrinsically, like to make sure that people of color, you know, especially Black folks, can have something that to stick on the coffee table, right? Something that's like, this is a celebration of a ceremony of Black culture, but the world is invited to this Marvel universe of fantasy.
Look at that, man. Jeez. That's incredible. And I do have your I do want to talk about this because I know that you got to head out in like 2 minutes, right? So I
Yeah, and
definitely.
you guys are some more than welcome to come, guys. If you're
Oh yeah.
part of it, Keep It Concrete. I'm going to be doing a live stream on my Stranger Comics channel, and you can come and hang out with the Stranger Comics crew in 7 minutes, Dougie Fresh, and I will be on. I don't mind being 5 minutes late because I want to make sure I honor my time with you. But
Oh yeah. No, I totally appreciate that, man. But I know, your story is so vast, but I could ask you 1,000 questions, man. You know what I mean? And just keep going. So
yeah,
we do have
if we didn't have this, my live stream, I'm more than happy to come back and
oh
have
yeah.
a longer convo for
We
sure.
can definitely reschedule because I there's so much that I want the audience to hear about you. Like there's a couple questions that I'm definitely passing through, but I'm
For
gonna
sure.
get to them. I'm gonna get to them for sure. So you got a Kickstarter that's live right now, man. You got 17 days to go, 417 backers, 90K. Y'all see that number right there, right? Y'all see that number. I know you don't see those numbers too often, but guess what? It is there. Um,
And
Tell
it's there
people
with
about this
no help from
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
no help whatsoever. So yeah, guys, this Kickstarter is a an opportunity to get my giant omnibus. This giant omnibus, new comics. You can pick up trade paperbacks and all the things, right? So I'm blessed to have thank goodness, some backers that have been supporting me for a lot of years, and some folks that have deep pockets. Obviously, that's why the number is so high. But if you watch the live stream in 5 minutes, you'll get a glimpse into why or how we move and how we increase numbers and how we do well on Kickstarter. So if anyone is wants to kind of learn how to kind of get on Kickstarter, that's the anime teaser trailer we dropped as well. And if you saw that, but we dropped that
I haven't
on
seen
my
that
live
yet.
event. You haven't? Okay, yeah.
I would definitely be playing this one for sure. I'm gonna
Yeah,
share it to my stream as well, man. Dang.
please. It's a minute and a half. We produced it with a South African production company, all on my dime. It's like, and the tagline is, "A hero is not the chosen one, a hero chooses to be one."
You know what, bro? I'm gonna play it right now, man. Is that okay?
There right now, yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see what we looking like real quick.
Crank up that volume.
Is it playing? So nice. Why not okay?
Your father wants you, Naomi. I can take you, or I can send you to him. You are alone.
I am never alone. There are no chosen ones. A hero chooses to be one.
The full trailer, huh? Bro, that's amazing.
Thank you.
That was fire, y'all. Hey, thumbs up in the chat, man. Please show some love to that trailer. Like that type of quality, that right there is what really breaks the bank right there. And you said that you self invested in that as well, right?
Yeah.
That's a well spent investment right there, brother.
Thank you. Yeah. Steps. Steps. But yeah, guys, if you want to jump on the Kickstarter, what's really cool is any person that backs it is going to get a free comic book just for backing it. If you play Dungeons and Dragons, it's got D&D material in it. We have stuff like that literally, and for folks that don't know and want to check us out as well, and go, because I saw Cosmortal Comics is going to check out some Stranger Comics. Thank you so much. You can go to strangercomics.com and download 6 free digital issues, see if you like it. We've got
6
Black Comic
free
Lords.
digital issues, y'all. 6.
Yep. So see if you like it, but jump on the Kickstarter. If you come on my live stream, just hang out for the next couple of hours, I'm going to give you an opportunity to get a lot of comics literally for free.
You are, that's one thing I do want to ask you, man. You are like magnificent at how you curate your community. That's one thing that I'm gonna be hounding you about that. Like just how you do that, because I feel like our community here at Konkret is like, I see them when I'm in the streets. Like they, I see them around, but I haven't quite figured out how to really curate them online, because that's not the world I come from. But
to be honest, bro, like literally every single person, I'm saying every single person, a large majority of my following, we call them the Stranger Family, like, like how you are with your Konkret crew is, I've been on the road for 17 years and I sell these comics out of the back of my car. Like I used to sell my CDs out of the back of my car. So I'm familiar with street teams, having street teams and the record label, being in the streets, just slanging comics, like all of it. It's the same kind of love. So all I've done is kind of, I'm not good with posts. I'm, like you were saying earlier, like good with some things. I know I'm terrible at social media with posts and things, right? Terrible. But if you've got me one-on-one or you've got me on a live stream, and you tune in, I'm going to hook you up for tuning in with lots of gifts, rewards, opportunities for more things. So you're going to get the best bang for your buck, because I know times are tough. Things are not cheap to purchase. So I love kind of hooking up the community with whatever they can afford, whether it's $1 to the big bucks, I'm just always super grateful, for. So there's something that a line I wrote in the Untamed, and it says, regret lingers longer than sin.
That's a bar right there, man.
So I don't want to, the sin I create, I don't want to have regret. I do not want to have regrets. The regret lingers longer than the sin. So
heavy bars right there. So I know you got a roll. Last question, man. Last request. Message to your fans and supporters who want to know, who you are and where to find you.
Yeah, thank you. So my name's Seb. I run Stranger Comics, and you can find me on all social medias, all the socials at Stranger Comics. At Stranger Comics. You can find me at strangercomics.com. You can't find me on Kickstarter if you put in Stranger Comics, because they don't want me to be great. But you can find me on Kickstarter called Tales of Asunder or Sebastian Jones, because I always forget to, promote myself, I guess. Sebastian Jones, you can find me on Kickstarter. Maybe you can find Niobe, type in some hashtags, you'll find us. But it's on the website too at strangercomics.com. But mainly I'm just always humbled and massively grateful for anyone that, picks up a comic and tells me what they think, good or bad or ugly. I'm always grateful for feedback and, the love and some of the hate too. I love the haters. They're fun.
Yeah. Shout out to the haters, man. The haters are definitely dope. And it's been amazing having you on here, man. I do got this little thing I do want to get to. Top 3 Lord of the Rings moments, man. I need to know.
Oh, whoa. Okay. Oh my God. That's a great question.
Top 3 Lord of the Rings moments. And then you can leave my domain.
Whoa. Okay. One that just jumped out at me is the first time we see Strider and he's all cool in the corner.
Yeah.
The eyes light up. Because the Stranger, funny enough, the lead character in the Untamed is called the Stranger. Very Aragorn-like, very Clint Eastwood in Fistful of Dollars, and Toshiro Mifune and Yojimbo. So if you know your Kurosawa movies, you'll love this. Or your spaghetti westerns. So I love that. I loved when Gandalf has his speech about all we have is the time that we have, and it's up to us to figure out what to do with it. I'm butchering the speech, but I love that kind of this moment. It's on us when Frodo's like, it's a pity Bilbo didn't kill him when he had the chance. It's a pity that spared Gollum that might rule the fate of men. And I think that's a beautiful lesson in forgiveness and don't be in such a my favorite quote is this, and I'll butcher it, is the Malcolm X quote. Don't be in such a hurry to condemn those who don't think like you do or act like you do now. Because there once was a time you didn't think or act like you do today. And I think the savagery of social media is like, we're so like such a hurry to condemn without looking at ourselves first. And if we can forgive ourselves for our own sin, then maybe we can forgive other folks as well, which, you know, I sound like all high and mighty and shit, but that's not, you know, that's just real to me. Like, you know, try, you know, and it's something I struggle with as a guy who is, you know, had a struggle as a youth learning how to forgive, you know. So that Gandalf was the move.
Right here, it's the last one.
Woo.
It's a lot of moments, man.
Yeah, a lot of moments.
He said, "Ah, yes, they did used to call me Gandalf the Grey, didn't they?"
Yeah, that's so good.
But I'm Gandalf the White.
Yeah, so good. I think I don't know if it's in the books. I don't remember, but the intro to Fellowship, I was like, "What is this?" You know, you know, I maybe we've got some sappy things in cool. And Sam going beyond the Shire, that like, this is the furthest I've gone, which is charming. But the fight with the cave troll, you know.
Oh yeah, the cave troll was glorious. The
Aragorn, the Two Towers, yes, such a good one, Matthew. Yes, such a good one.
I ain't gonna lie, you know what one of my favorite one is? When they were fighting for the two towers, and Gandalf told him, he said, "Look to the left on the third day."
Oh yeah.
When he showed up, he was at the top of that mountain, and it was all the other horsemen. I said, "See, that's that guy right there, man." He said what he was gonna do. He got out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, this was amazing, bro. I definitely got to get you back on and talk more just about your origin story, man. It's an amazing, inspiring story, and I just appreciate you coming on and sharing it with the Konkret Comics family and the Konkret Approved podcast, man.
I appreciate it, guys, and if you're a Stranger Crew, please support Konkret. He's got a Kickstarter going. Always drop a few bucks on. Helps the algorithm. Helps people. It lets people know we have a voice. I keep forgetting to let you guys know as well. You can still pre-order if you guys want to get the Untamed to let them know we have a voice in the comic shops. We have. Is this one? We have. Good Lord. Is it? Maybe I'll find the metal. Here it is. We have the Untamed in comic shops right there. You pre-order it right now. That's the Court of Owls Batman homage right there.
Look at that, man.
And this version right here is on the Kickstarter. So you can collect the sets, get this one on the Kickstarter, pre-order this one at your local comic shop right now. We got 7 days, 7 souls to go. So yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, man. So go and support that Kickstarter, y'all. Make sure y'all go jump in there. As he said, you can follow him on his stream as well. He's about to go live, and he's about to be giving away some free books, man. So
a lot of free stuff.
Go in there. I might got to go in there and grab me something, man. You know what I'm saying?
If you back the Kickstarter, the more you back while I'm on the live, the more free stuff I'm going to give you. It is that simple.
Look at this.
So there you go.
Marketing genius, man. I'm not going to hold you up too much longer, bro. Thank you so much for coming on and for keeping it concrete, man. Y'all know the vibes. It's your boy Lonzo. Keep it concrete. Make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube. And thank you, Seth. Let's go.